welcome back to week 15 of Basic AF. And this week we are covering email that doesn't drain you. The question isn't how often, it's whether you have something worth saying. What we're covering this week: why email is more valuable than you are treating it, the two failure models, the abandoned calendar and the volume trap, what makes an email worth sending, and what makes it filler, how to decide what to send and when, and then finally, your task for the week: identify 3 things worth saying and send an email this week. Email is the most underrated tool in your toolkit. Not because it's exciting, because trust me, it's not, but because it's direct. When someone gives you your email address, they said, "I want to hear from you." They're not scrolling past you in a feed, they've opted in. And that's rare, and it's worth treating with respect. Email is one of the places online that you are not competing with an algorithm. No one decides who sees it except you and the recipient. There's no competition. There's no posts on either side pulling away attention. It's direct access, aligned to someone who already chose to hear from you, and it's yours to keep. A platform can change its rules overnight. Your list will stay yours. So the two big failure models that I see, the reasons why newsletters don't work: the abandoned calendar, an elaborate plan, an enthusiastic start, life gets lifey, the gap gets awkward, and the whole thing quietly dies. And a Google Doc generates low-level guilt indefinitely for not restarting. Or the volume trap. Somebody said to you one day, consistency is key, and you interpreted consistent to mean frequent. You're sending more than you have to, and you haven't really got anything to say. Open rates are dropping, and you're not sure why. Both come from the same misunderstanding, that email is about volume. It isn't. It's about relevance. More emails does not mean more trust. Filler just trains your list to skim past your emails. A list that skims you is harder to re-engage than one that simply hasn't heard from you in a while. So let's reframe it. One email that lands at the right moment is worth 40 that get archived, unread, and frequency is not the measure. Relevance is. Usually what people see is weeks 1 to 4, good open rates, genuine interest. Week 5 to 8, open rates start to slip. Some emails are feeling a bit thin. Week 9 to 12, the list starts skimming. Subject line decides everything. And by week 13, your unsubscribes rise. Opens are plateauing and the trust has been eroded. People are feeling like they are just another number on another list, being sent another automated email. So, the 3 reasons an email will earn its place in someone's inbox. 1, it gives them something useful, a tip, a how-to, an answer to a question that they've maybe been asking. If you make candles, you could have something like how to extend your candle's burn time. 3 things most people get wrong. Simple. 2, it gives them something they want to know. You're restocking, you've got a new product, you've made a change to how you work. Again, with the candle example, amber and sandalwood is back. 50 units, usually gone in a weekend. Or 3, it makes them feel something real. Not manufactured emotion, not pity marketing, a genuine story, an honest reflection. Why I almost didn't launch the lemon thingy scent. Why I'm glad I did. If an email does none of these 3 things, it's filler. Don't send it. A rhythm that works most of the time for people at the start of their business without a content calendar. What it looks like in practice: you're not writing on a schedule. You're noticing when something worth saying has happened. A new product, a useful insight, a behind-the-scenes moment, and then you're sending it. The rhythm emerges from the relevance, not from sitting down and making yourself write out an email every week. Once a month is a minimum for staying in people's memory. Beyond 6 weeks, and a meaningful percentage of your list are going to forget who you are. Not because they're fickle or they don't like you, just because they're busy and they've got a full inbox. Once a fortnight is the sweet spot for most small businesses. Keeps you present enough to be in people's minds, but it's infrequent enough that each email you write earns its place and has something to say. Once a week, I would suggest only if you consistently have something worth saying. If you live a very full life with lots of things happening, you might be able to write a meaningful email once a week. If you're filling emails just for the sake of filling them, drop it back to fortnightly. More than once a week is almost never necessary. Of course, there are exceptions. If you're doing a launch, you've got a time-sensitive event, it's something with a defined date and a campaign, then you might send more than once a week. Other than that, there's absolutely no need for it. And you most likely just going to annoy everyone on your list and get more unsubscribes because they're getting filler. So how do you decide what to send and when? It's quite simple. If you have something that you want them to do, put that in an email. Just one thing, define it with a single key message. Identify who it is for and make sure it is actually worth saying. Something worth saying to a specific person, one thing and one purpose. That's the whole framework. And it's all you need before you open a blank email ready to write. What does a good email actually look like? You have a subject line. Be specific and honest. Amber and Sandalwood is back, 50 units. That is going to beat something special just arrived, which they are seeing from everybody else. An opening line. Get to the point. Don't bother with, I hope this finds you well. The first sentence should earn the right to the second one. The body of your email, one topic, as long as it needs to be and no longer. 3 sentences or 3 paragraphs, there is no right or wrong way as long as it's worth reading. And the ask, the CTA, one link, one action, clearly stated, not 3 links and hope that something gets clicked. And the sign off, your name, not the brand name team, unless you genuinely are a team, just sincerely and your name. Or in my case, okay, I love you, bye-bye. This week's task, step 1, write down 3 things worth saying right now in your business. Not manufactured content, real things. A new product, a useful tip, a behind the scenes moment, something you've learned, something that's coming up. And step 2, send one of them as an email this week. Not perfectly, just send it. The subject line, a few sentences, one link if it's relevant, and your name at the bottom. If there's been a gap, don't worry about it. Don't mention it. Just send something worth reading and nobody's even going to notice. A little note on the unsubscribes. Every time you send, there is a chance that some people will leave. This is not failure. It's the list cleaning itself. Someone who unsubscribes was not going to become a customer anyway, so welcome it. And on platforms, MailChimp, Flooddesk, Kit, MailerLite, they all work. Pick one with the lowest friction for you. Don't switch because another one has better features. Those features don't matter right now. What matters is actually sending the email. As always, you can download the worksheets that will help you go through this process from the BasicAF tab in the BBS community, which is on the website, and there's links in the description. And if you want a little more of a deep dive and a bit of the why behind why this is important, the why behind the why, then listen to the podcast, Ramblings of a Spicy Mind. Next week, week 16, we are covering sustainable content ribbon. Your email's now sorted. Let's talk about everything else and how to show up consistently online without turning content creation into your second full-time job. See you there.